I'm a white child and I have a black mama.
I love her very much. They're like, why are you different colors from your mom?
Are both legally the children of Francis Martin. Congratulations.
You want to be adopted by Miss Warren today?
Some of the people that we were with were not nice.
They hurt us in ways that we shouldn't touched and hurt, and it was really hard.
After their last return, they had been traumatized so much, I was like, that's it. That's it. They're going to be mine now.
You want me to help you?
We were never cared for in the right way. Cared for us and let us know that we were special to her.
Yes, they are all officially mine.
Okay, Jonathan, I would love for you to tell me the story that you told me earlier today, because what you said, your response was so eloquently said, and like the world needs to hear this. Go ahead.
Okay, so one day.
Remember, you got 3 minutes, so.
Alright, so one day I was walking down the street with Davina, and then this man in his red truck, he literally said, "Yo, what you doing with that white boy?" And I said, excuse me, sir. Technically, if I live in a black family, I'm black. And also, you cannot judge someone by their color, because that's the way they look, and they don't want to change it. Neither can you. So, do not judge anyone.
Do not judge anyone. So what's basically what you want the world to know?
Do not judge anyone by their color.
That's right.
Or be, well, you know the word, to other people. Racist.
That's right.
And if you do, there will be bad consequences for you in life, and then you won't feel bad for the people that you were mean to.
Okay. Well said. Very proud of you, young man.
Thank you.
I am a white guy raised by a black family. Adopted when I was 8. Hands down, the greatest thing about being a white guy in a black family is nobody asks you to cook shit. Everything I make's the devil. No, thank you.
Apologies for the appearance. I know I look rough. How do you know? This has been bothering me for like a week. How do you know? I had a lady come up to me like, "Hey, nice hair, da-da-da." Without missing a beat, she goes, "White mom, your dad's black?" How do you know? What is it? Please.
In the midst of today's video, I'm trying to look at how amazing it is that it's possible that in the midst of the bitterness, the hatred, and the rancor and the disagreement, that we could actually grow together. Black parents raising white kids. And this is what I talk about, the force of unity, agreement, and when people begin to understand that color is not what defines us, it's the heart. It is who we are beyond the skin that makes us who we are. And seeing these in these videos as we're going to analyze other things gives me hope that there's a future for America in spite of the ongoing battles over segregation, separation, skin colors, and the likes. And if you are coming across my YouTube channel, you're welcome. Please hit the notification button, hit the subscription button so that you'll be notified whenever we put new and exciting content. If you are not a subscriber, thank you for that. All credit goes to the original content creator. So we're going to explore these videos, and at the end of the day, we'll come to give you our final analysis and observation. So hang in there.
People who don't know, the woman who adopted you, the one that you claim as your mom, she was black. You grew up in a whole black family.
Yeah, my mother, the heroin addict, all her first kids was mixed with black. I was the only one that she had by a white man, I guess.
You said that you are black. You said that you pretty much were born into. It wasn't your choice. It's not like you're this white guy trying to be this culture vulture, trying to be black. This is what you were raised by.
Yeah, ever since birth. I didn't have parents that said, don't say the N-word. You know, you should not say this. I mean, I had a good parent, but she wasn't saying that. That's all I know is black. I didn't grow up with nobody else, bro. I didn't start actually intermingling with white people until I got an adult, bro. Like grown, like 22, 23 until I started working.
Being the only white person in a black family, do you get made fun of?
Sometimes.
Are you the joke in the house?
Sometimes. I mean, sometimes my sisters and them used to say, you acting just like Dottie. You gonna be just, and I didn't know who that was, but that was, I guess, my birth mother. So yeah, they used to say shit like that sometimes.
I was the only white boy there. They made fun of me, you know, I'm white boy. I'm young. I look like Opie. They had a lot of jokes to tell. So.
Were you a little guy or were you a big dude at that time as well?
I was always decent size because my daddy had me working at a young age. My pops, he taught me how to build houses and roof. So I was into that type of field, and so I'd always had a little size on me, you know, shoulder wise, but I was skinny.
Did it put you into the perspective of having to like defend yourself more aggressively because you were the only white kid or one of the only white kids?
100% for shit, sure. Yeah, you know, when you're a white boy at the school, they didn't want to accept you at that time. You know what I mean? Especially everything going on in the world at the time it was happening, you know? And by me coming out of into a whole new world, you know, like I had to make sure that, you know, early on, my daddy had me watching a lot of John Wayne flicks and mafia movies.
Okay.
So I kind of just, I don't know. I didn't want to work. I wanted to join a gang. Kind of weird to say, but I was kind of attracted to that lifestyle at an early age.
I'm the daughter of a black woman who hated being black, and because she hated being black, she hated me for being white. We were talking about how some parents demonize their children or punish their children because of racial envy, and that can happen with black mothers, black fathers, with their mixed children's daughter or sons. And for me, one story I have about that, it has to do with taking a shower and using towels. There were two sets of towels in my house. There were dark colored towels and there were white towels. The dark colored towels were the only towels that we were allowed to use, and the white towels were the towels that were reserved for my mother. And what she would do is she would check us for any residue that was left behind that showed evidence of a difference in our skin tones, and she used that to compare us. So we would dry ourselves with the dark towels, and she would scan and analyze those, and then she would take a shower and dry herself with the white towels, and she would scrub and look at those, and she would look at the two towels and say, look, I don't have any flakes, black or brown, on the white towel, so I'm light enough, I'm light like you, and I'm clean now. And then she would look at our towels, or particularly my towel, and if there were any kind of like flakes on there, she'd be like, oh, you must have dandruff, oh, you must be dry, like you're flaking, you can see your skin on this towel. And it kind of felt like a mental gymnastics, because she took these two types of colored towels and put them up against complexions that would make it easier to see if there were skin particles on, and then use that to invalidate my skin tone, or invalidate my cleanliness, and then validate her cleanliness.
Growing up, my best friend came from a mixed family. Her mom was white, her dad was black, and they had several children together. Her dad was my basketball coach, and I fell in love with their family and all of the kids, and their home became my safe space. I was there all the time, for days at a time, and especially on the weekends. So that meant that they would inevitably end up dragging me along wherever they were already planning on going. And every Sunday, that meant that they were going to church. Specifically, they were going to an all-black church. Every week that I went, myself and her mom were the only white people there. And I loved going to church with them every week. I loved the people, I loved the culture, I loved the faith traditions. I loved the way that they were so kind and accepting. They never made me feel weird for being there. They just greeted me every week with a big, hello, Sister Sarah, and a hug. Growing up, there's nothing that could have given me a more rich experience than being surrounded by diversity and by different culture than mine. It made me better. And in that particular situation, it was extremely beneficial for me to experience what it felt like to be the minority in the room. So many people choose to hate simply because they've never been exposed to the richness and the beauty of others' cultures. To me, there's nothing more incredible than learning from and embracing one another. Our diversity is beautiful, it makes us better, and it's nothing to fear.
Seeing videos like this gives me hope that there is a future for Americans, for the human race as a whole, the Homo sapien, that we could go beyond our discrimination and all that. And so you're looking at these videos and you see white kids who were maltreated by their white parents and were adopted by black kids, and they grew up fine, healthy, sound, and become useful people in society. And I'm utterly speechless. So I want us to get into the conversation. Let's go into the comment section. What do you think? I see possibilities. I see greatness. I see a world that is united and can move forward if we work together along, like the famous song that was sung by the late Michael Jackson. All right. See you on the next video. Let the conversation begin.